Hey, you guys. Hi. Welcome to my live. Happy Sunday. How are you guys doing? So, if you're watching this on replay, please don't forget to do the hashtag replay down in the comment field and also give a thumbs up. Thumbs up. It really does help my channel and it makes me happy. And yeah, let me know how you're doing. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Speedy. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Um, I'm doing well. I had a good day. We had pumpkin carving in our homeowners association today. 20 children. It was great. And the kids did beautifully. It's kind of funny to see them growing up. Some of them are the same. That's been there for the past, yeah. This year is the third year. So they've been the same. Hi Marie Casey. Hi. How are you doing? Oh, Michelle, it's okay. I didn't either go to the Discord. I was cursing my my drills. Hi, Tammy. How are you doing, sweetie? Yeah, I was kidding up my Muka. You was tired. Michelle, sometimes you're just tired and you need to go to bed. That's fine. You have to listen to your body. Oh no, Marie, your wrist is hurting still? I'm sorry. You need to do isn't it rice? It is, keep it rested and elevated and all things. I never know because we don't have that one in Danish. I think maybe it's different. I don't know. I don't know. Ice and elevated. That is the most important thing. So yeah. Hi Sebastian. I hope you're treating your mom fine. Oh no, it's broken. Eee. So you have it in a cast. My niece has a broken leg, and she got one of these boots thingies on. Hey, Leanne, listening and diamond painting for a bit, then it's back to the grind. And yes, Leanne, 7 away. Woohoo! You got a pink one. Yay! I would totally do pink or purple if I ever had to had a cast. I have never broken anything. Knock on wood. Hi, Cassie. How are you doing? Yeah, I have never broken anything. Some of the doctors, I have sprained my thumbs and my hands like a gazillion times, and the same with my ankles and my knees, by the way. And the doctors always say it's because my joints are hypermobile, so they can take a whole lot more strain than if I had regular ligaments. Melanie, bonjour. Oh, it's the first time you've broken something, Marie? Yeah. I sincerely hope I'll never try it. Uh, but one day I will because I'm a klutz. I mean, in this house, everything moves around. The doors, the door frames, the floor is moving. Everything is moving because I keep walking into stuff and tripping and yeah. So and it can't be me. I mean, I'm not I'm not at fault here. It's the house that moves around and David keep looking at me. Yeah. Saying, no, the house doesn't move. I go, yes, maybe it doesn't move for you, but for me it does. Leanne, I didn't break a bone until I turned 52. Oh, that's not good, Leanne. What did you break? Hey, Dawn, how are you doing, sweetie? I'm fine. I had a great day today, which is amazing. And the weather was beautiful. It was windy. Um, but when we were doing the pumpkin carving, we were inside. So I had to take off my jacket and then run around in this thing because it was just too hot. Even though the door was open and everything, but when you get out of the wind, it's, yeah. And I mean, do you know how I know, that it's getting colder? I have on a pair of jeans today, long jeans, that covers my entire leg. And I was saying to David earlier, I can't remember the last time I had a pair of jeans on. That must have been before summer. I mean, which is I don't know, half a year ago. And like, when did I have on a pair of jeans? It must have been around 6 months ago. And it's the same the other day. When was that? Wednesday or Thursday or something? That's the first day I had to take on a pair of socks because my feet were cold. I was like, huh, it's almost winter here. I have to have on socks. I mean, if I hadn't had to go out of the house today, I wouldn't have put on jeans. I would just have my thin cotton pants on. But yeah, everybody's saying hi. Mhm. What did you do to Eve again today, Kathy? Is she working? And are you doing some pouring today? And how was D&D yesterday? See, I have a lot of questions. So yeah, and I finished. I don't know those of you who were in Adam's live yesterday where I was a guest. Oh, that is so hard to see. I was kitting up my muka, and it's beautiful. That isn't the issue. The issue is I had static in every bag, so I was going crazy. 66. Hang on. Yeah. So that was driving me nuts. And I'm doing the easy thing for myself. One of these bags she has fits in these little ones. And yes, I'm going to refill them a gazillion times. But you know what? It's easy, and I just have to use one of my Elizabeth Ward containers, which is awesome. So yeah. Isn't I don't know if you can even see the color. This is a fairy dust. It's brown, a light brown. It's so beautiful. Then I have this 3865, a ivory color. Um, that is a fairy dust as well. Well, a glitter dust from, and this is the color that has the most in the entire diamond painting. There is almost 17,000 drills in this color, which is mind blowing. Yeah, Dawn, you can breathe into the bag and shake. I did that. I did that in every bag, and I mean, thank God they didn't jump that bad, but I hate static. Usually I have been like, you know what, it isn't so bad, and but for once I actually get the people that say they hate static. But I mean, I still like it. I still love it. And I've started my first little square down here since Anthony said that it isn't a new start. So I was like, okay, I can, do a little head start on this one because I mean, 60 by 180 centimeters. It's gonna take me a minute. I'm telling you, it's gonna take me a minute. But it's so beautiful. I've started from the bottom because everything, her face and whatnot is at the top. Hey, Lee and Lenore. I mean, this is it. So I'm started down here because then I wake up and I get to her face and all those beautiful purple and pink. Hey, Diamond Painting Fanatics. Uh, yes, I put diamond um, dryer sheets in it. Thank you for being here. Yes, please remember those thumbs up. Michelle, That's your name. Yeah, I use dryer sheets, but some of the bags are these little 100 bags, and it's pretty hard to get a dryer sheet in there. So, Eve, hey, I was just asking about you. And how is Lenore today, Lee? I hope you had a great evening last night. So, yeah. But they're in there and they have dryer sheets, most of them, and I love it. I really, really do. And I mean, yeah, her face is beautiful. I showed David the entire canvas yesterday because I had to pull out all the drills, right? So I was like, so do you want to see my teeny tiny diamond painting? And he was like, that is not teeny tiny. Well, I mean, sarcasm, whatnot, it works for me. I'm happy to hear that, Lee, that Lenore is feeling good. Well, okay. So, yeah. So I had to hold it. I had to put my arms up like this. Otherwise, the canvas would hang at the floor because it is 180 and I'm 157. So, Lenora, hey Eve, love my new tray. I did an unboxing, but I plan on doing a short too. I saw it. I saw your weapon chat yesterday. Did I comment on it? Did I comment on your video, Leanne? I had a lot that I wanted to say, but I can't remember. I can't remember. But I saw it yesterday. I watched it yesterday. And I'm behind on videos. Okay, well, horrible memory, pain brain and everything. Eventually I'm gonna get one of the something from Kathy and Eve. Melanie, I had a nightmare kit up. Dry sheets and static spray got me through kit up. Even put squares of dryer sheets in my containers and still had static at kit down. Never had that before or since. Usually, I put dryer sheets in the containers, and that usually helps. I have never had issues with them being staticky when I kick down. Um, no, I can still have, while I'm diamond painting, you can see it here, that they're clinging, even though I have dryer sheets in it. I need to put dryer sheets in all of them. I haven't yet. But yeah. But it's so fun to see this one. This is a neutral color palette. There is a lot of white and ivories and light browns and whatnot, salmon colors. And then you have the blues and the reds and the pinks and yeah, whoop, things everywhere. Then you have this beautiful red pinkish AB. But I've never had an kitting up like this one. I don't know. Maybe it's because of these baggies. I mean, it's just the ones that you got from AliExpress and whatnot. Why did you retract your message, Melanie? Oh, Lee, you're behind too. Hi, Caden. How are you doing, honey? Yeah, Leanne. How is that moving going? Are you ready? Isn't it tomorrow that the cleaner comes? The cleaning lady? I think, isn't it? I think. I'm good, Caden. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, even though summer and early fall is over and I have to wear socks and everything, I hate wearing socks, let me tell you. But it's getting cold and I don't want to have cold feet and don't want to have any colds and whatnot. Melanie, this one, no static, but the drills stink. Old musty basement smell, and almost all colors are stuck. Oh no, what company is that from, Melanie? I mean, if I have stuck drills, this is my friend. A coin in it and then just shake and bake it. The end. Slowly but surely, almost done. Movers come Tuesday, and then the cleaner crew on Wednesday. I thought you said there was a lady coming, your old cleaning lady. Ah, Caden, I'm working on Trick or Treat with the cat from Randall Spankler. That is the new one, isn't it, Caden? The one that they were releasing, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something. Saying hi, it's done. Melanie had to remove it, wouldn't let me type. Okay, that's weird. Both DAC. I have had drills that were dirty, dusty and whatnot. And I could see it on my on the putty, and my glue dots would stop working really, really fast. And I was like, why are some of them dirty? Hey, Alana, how are you doing, sweetie? It's so weird. Why are some, from the same company, why are some drills dusty and dirty and others aren't? And there's, from the same area, from the same time frame. Oh, the one in the mystery box. That one is amazing. I want that one. I have to see if someone wants to destash it. We have a European destash group, so maybe someone wants to get rid of it. That's how I got the what's his name, Jeremiah Kettner one that wasn't released but was in one of the mystery boxes. And you got the Mrs. Buttered one too. Oh, that one was popular and everybody wanted it. But yeah, the Spankler one, I would love to have that one. And I did put the new Spankler from yesterday. That one is in my wish list because I have a plan on not buying anything until Black Friday. Because I already have a bunch already. So yeah, so far they're going on my wish list. It has to. I mean, I can't just keep adding. And I mean, this one is going to take me more than just 5 minutes. I'm kind of excited to see how far I can get in 2 months. I mean, yeah. Caden, I ordered the little bagel from DAC Friday. That one is cute. So I didn't order anything yesterday. And who did order anything yesterday? There were a lot of beautiful ones. I loved the, was it Sarah Richter? No, not Sarah Richter. That had that fairy one. What is the name of her? Anne Stokes. Usually we see her with dragons and whatnot, but she had this beautiful fairy that was blue and purple. That one was adorable. That one is in my wish list, and then the Spangler one. I mean, eventually I'm gonna have some kids in my life that would love to have a Spangler one. Someone just wrote me. Uh, Artemis. Um, Artemis just wrote me. The European one is called DACD-Europe, I think. I think, isn't it? Hang on. Facebook. Uh, DACD dash. No. Yeah, DAC Fans from Europe. That's the name of it. You really like Leave the Light On? Which one was that? Hang on. I have to go see. Which one was that? Didn't even see how if any of them sold out. Oh yeah, I saw that one, Caden, and I was like, didn't they release that one once before? But they have released one from Miss Holly with the same figure, with the same girl in it. I was like, oh, so that's how I remembered her. But yeah, she's beautiful as well. I don't. It reminds me a little of the little girl with the matches. Isn't that what it is in English? The fairy tale from Hans Christian Andersen. Isn't it the little girl with the matches? But that's in a rich version. I know that the fairy tale one is a poor girl, but I don't know. She reminded me a little bit about her. So, yeah, we just had dinner. Like usually, I mean, I don't know. I have this feeling that every Sunday we end up having dinner like 5 minutes before I'm going in here. I'm like stressing myself crazy. You get to have a great day, Caden? Tell me more. I mean, it's dark here, and all the Halloween decorations is on. I don't know if there's going to be any more decorations outside. Then on Halloween, what well, David is gonna decorate the garage as well. I can't wait to see it. He just got in a smoke machine yesterday. So yeah. Oh, you got to go. Okay. Okay, Caden, have a great day. I got to go. Okay. Have a great day, Caden, and thank you for being here. Some of those retractions that I know them, but I forget them. But yeah. I don't know, maybe I have to show more pictures because now it's done and all the light is on and his he did this fire pit. Maybe I can find the pictures and show them to you. Um, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. There, and no, hang on. I'm gonna find so many pictures everywhere. There you go. Um, let's see. The fire pit, share screen, Facebook, share, and there you go. I mean, it looks even better out front in the front garden, and then there's rubble all over it, and yeah. But it is kind of cool. And then he made a tombstone. And all this is a building foam. I don't know. Right, Melanie? It's so cool. Yeah, he made tombstones and let's see. Let's see. Uh, where did it put that picture? Hang on. Oh, right. Um, so he is really good at this. So this is a tombstone he built. I mean, some of these parts, the cross and the angel devil thingy down here, um, those are these foam thingies. And then he bought some skulls and a cat thingy, but he built it. And then underneath everything here, he built this um, polystyrene kind of box, and then this building foam, whatever. Right, Melanie? He's good at it. And now I'm kind of like, oh, I wonder what you do next year. Because it's kind of like every year he does something else. So yeah. And it seems like he has fun with it. Which, I mean, if he didn't have fun, then why do it, right? But yeah, it's fun to go outside and watch it. And we were talking about Halloween today because the pumpkin carving and whatnot. And some of the parents and grandparents was like, "Oh, I wonder where we should go this year to Halloween." And I'm like, "Come to our house." I mean, you can also just walk by if you want to take a walk and look at it. It's crazy, and yeah. And I need to go buy more candy because can you have candy enough for Halloween? I mean, I would hate it if there came kits by the end of the early evening here, and I had no more candy left. I would actually rather have too much candy than not enough candy. And I mean, I can give the candy away if we have too much, right? So, but I would really hate that there were some kids coming and I would have to say, I'm sorry, but the candy ran out. So I need to buy some more. We usually get, these little baggies with some gummies in them and sour thingies. And then we get some small chocolate balls with eyes on them or pumpkins. And then something else, so that they have something to choose from. But it's so expensive. And we had a bunch of lollipops last year, but the kids didn't really choose those. So no lollipops this year. I'm like, why would I put in lollipops if they don't eat them? So, but it's funny. Yeah. And I have to do that next year. Because sadly, I looked it up during the week. I wanted to buy a, Sally Skeleton costume, but it won't be here until the middle of November or something. And I'm like, well, you know what? That's a little too late, right? So next year, because I was planning on, painting my face white and then do all the scars and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'm just going to rip open the door and I don't know. I've done that the other years. I mean, usually I can see if it's small children or bigger children. And for the smaller children, I just open the door, nice and easy. But for the bigger kids, I just rip open the door and they jump, and it's so funny. And last year, people were like, "Can we take a picture?" It's like, sure, you can take a picture. I mean, it's there. You can basically do whatever you want to, right? So yeah. Oh, and I have a question because I got some slime in. Would any of you watch the video where I show different slimes? Because I like playing with it. It's for the sensory thingy, and there's different kinds. And but I'm like, would anybody watch a video like that? I mean, I'm pretty sure other people, you'd watch it, Don. Okay, well then I'm gonna make it. And we also have to talk about my event because we need to figure out what to call it. I'm totally blank. I mean, last year the answer was easy. Oh, I bought it. I'm I'm not that creative. I mean, I can knit and I can diamond paint, but I for the life of me, I can't do a lot of other things. I mean, I have hang on. I have this cute little baggie with different kinds of slime, and they were cheap, which is why And I was like, okay, if I don't like it, then Rosa can get it. So yeah, I like the crunchy one, but there's only one down there that says crunchy. But I like the sound of it. I don't know. Hang on up there. And I'm working on Rosa's uh, tunic. It looks so big. She is a big girl now, right? And since this is on bigger needles than the baby dress, it works so fast. I'm like, oh, this will be done in about 10 seconds, it feels like. Maybe I should just knit a little while chit chatting with you guys. Where's my row counter? Hello? I lost my row counter. There you were. Thank you, Melanie. Yeah, this knitting thing is. Melanie, I asked my brother, and she's doing well. The pain medication is helping. So that's good. That's good. I'm happy, but I don't know if she's, well enough to go to gymnastics tomorrow. We'll see. But I'm babysitting her tomorrow, so I get to see how she's doing. But I mean, that was a rough day. My poor auntie heart broke so many times because she was crying and yeah. And also because her mom wasn't there. I mean, I don't get it. I seriously don't get it. I mean, your little girl is at the hospital because she's hurting so bad, and you're gonna look at how it's going? I mean, what? I mean, and my brother told me that even the next day she didn't show up. And I was like, I'm sorry. I mean, you live less than 5 minutes away and you can't walk over and say hi to your daughter that was asking for you? No. No, 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 no. I don't get it. I mean, but she got her ice cream when she came home, and they were sleeping downstairs that night so that she didn't have to come up and down the stairs, and it was easier for her to go to the bathroom. But my brother told me, she was lying so much more, she was laying so still. Usually she is moving around and kicking and whatnot, but she was just laying there. Don, yes, it is wrong on so many levels. It really is. My brother is talking about he need to change his will, and he will make a what is that called in English? You make kind of a will, but for the kid, if something should happen to the parents, then you can make this kind of a will. Who do you wish to take care of the child? Do you have stuff like that? Um, and then my brother is like, I don't want her mom to have her because, yeah. Melanie, I'm in child protective field. Unfortunately, I see that no maternal instinct, and it's good she's not in a caregiver role. See, the thing is, she is educating herself to work with handicapped, you know, and I'm like, I'm not sure. I mean, Tammy, Mia, I need to go. Having a family get together. Have a great evening. You too, Tammy. Say hello to David from me, and I hope you will enjoy time with your family. And don't forget to hit that like button before you head out if you haven't already. But yeah, so she's giving care to other people, Melanie, which is kind of scary, right? But sometimes it's easier to care for others. I mean, but I'm not sure because David and I were talking about, can he, my brother, say that he want us to have Rosa and not her mom? I mean, maybe if her mom um, wrote or okayed it that she doesn't want Rosa. I don't know. I have no idea how it works. Um, and I told my brother, this is something you have to look into. I mean, because we will take her in a heartbeat. God forgive something should happen to my brother, right? But she'd be here in a heartbeat because out here she's safe, and I mean, grandparents. I'm not sure, Melanie, because the thing is, even if my brother makes one of those child wills, where he says that in case of something happening to him, Rosa would go out here. They will take that into consideration, but it isn't a given. Which I mean, then why are you having those kind of wills? That doesn't make sense to me. Leanne, I think she'd have to be seen as an unfit mother by the courts. A custody agreement, yeah, but they're not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, hopefully it'll never be necessary. But I mean, it would be something that my brother would have to look into. This is so weird. This cotton. It has these weird strings in it that isn't cotton. But yeah, I mean, and we would of course make sure that she'd see grandparents and moms, and sadly not Leanne. They are. He's talking about it because she talks about moving away when she's done with her education, and if they have joint custody, they need every time she needs something done or for the school, they will have to co-sign, and I mean everything. But if she moves away, she isn't gonna just show up 5 minutes before bedtime because she has this paper that needs signing. And so he's told her, if you're going to move away, either you have to show up whenever I say you have to show up to sign something, or we're going to have to talk about, me getting full custody of her. Because, I mean, now that you live 5 minutes away, you're not available to your daughter. So if you're going to move an hour away, then how? You know? Yeah, he does, Leanne. He does need to have full custody. But the biggest issue here in Denmark is that the court system tends to favor the mom, which is not really well. But I mean, Rosa has been living with my brother almost 2 years now. And I think sometimes it's a little easy in the US to get full custody. And over here, even though they did make a new law, did they retract that one again? That's the children's law, where you have to listen to them more. But I think that is from the age of 7. I don't know. But I mean, Rosa has already started saying that she doesn't want to go to her mom because she doesn't get up in the morning. And I mean, she's 4 years old. And I know my brother doesn't say anything. Apparently, her mom says something, Um, Rosa came home one day and was like saying, my mom say that I has to tell you that I you're not a good dad or something like that. And my brother was like, I'm sorry, what? I was like, wait, what? So you're telling me that her mom is talking smack about you when she's around? I mean, even if she says it as a joke, no. And the thing is, even if something should happen to my brother, I can't use most of what he's telling me because it's hearsay. Oh, he does, Melanie. He does document everything. I told him that years ago. I mean, I'm a social worker, so I told him that write everything down if you can. You know, every conversation you have, write it. Text it instead of talk in the phone. You need as much as possible on text. And he is writing down whenever she is whenever she's like, I can't have Rosa this weekend, or whenever they have an agreement that she doesn't keep, you're coming here on Wednesday to look after Rosa, and then she calls and say, oh, by the way, I can't anyway. Yeah. And I hope he wrote down about Thursday, that she didn't show up. And also that she didn't show up Friday, even though she said she would. I mean, it is helpful, Melanie. Absolutely. Yeah. I tell that to all parents, that are divorced, write down if you have um, issues working together about the kids, write down, because that is the best documentation you can have. Get a journal, get something, and then write down if she's late or if or he, by the way, Um, yeah. But it's crazy. I mean, he's been a single dad almost 2 years by now. And her mom has her about once every 2 weeks. Yeah. I think it's scary that you don't really have that much interest in your kid, right? Tell me, did I just forget? One, two, three. There you go. I mean, there's a reason why I didn't want to work with children's cases. I didn't want to work in child protective care because they see a lot of bad things going on, and I didn't want to risk running into parents or whatever, that I would have to remove their kids, which is why most people that work in that field work in other cities, you know. And it has happened that people have been, stalked or threatened because, their kid were removed from home or there were other sanctions done. And no, I wouldn't be able to do that. And I would find it so hard to have to remove some kids, even if I knew, it was for the kids' sake. I would find it hard. I mean, and more than likely, I would end up having 7 kids at home because I can take care of them. I'm gonna take care of them. No, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I've gotten into knitting again. For the longest time, I've just been diamond painting, and then because I had to knit that baby gift, and Rosa saw it and was like, "I want one too," and I was like, "Okay," and now I'm like, "Okay." Lee, I was saying before, I need to figure out what to call it, and nobody wrote anything. Um, I need to figure out what to call the event. Melanie, although I work in child protective services, my role does not involve removing to bring to a place of safety. My role kicks in once they are in place and safety, and that's when support is needed. Lee, the theme is wizards, and it has to be from Diamond Art Club. But I'm not sure that I can put Diamond Art Club in the name, so it has to be, a hashtag wizard something. Um, but it has to be, something people remember, catchy. Last year was easy because that was Astronomer Paint Along 2024. That was the name last year. But what will it be? I mean, just having it be Wizard Paint Along 2025? I mean, I want it to be something also because I think there has been, is there another event, something magical, whatever? I'm not sure. So I need a name. And I mean, who else than you guys to help me find a name for it? Because this is what we're going to do together. And also, if you want to join in on the event or just, be there, go to my Facebook group. Join my Facebook group. I would love to have you there. That would be a lot of fun. So yeah, that is the thing I need help with. And then I was thinking about, should it be a new start or not a new start? But I think I decided that it has to be a new start just for the heck of it. Wise Wizard? Oh, that would be fun, Eve. So Wise Wizards 2025? Yeah. Hang on. I need my write down. Angel, hey love. How are you doing today, honey? What happened to my How are you doing today, Angel? I hope you're doing well. So we have Wise. Right on. It is a great name. A Wizard's Life. That'll be fun too, Lee. I'm writing down here. Hmm. And Eva sent you a message on Discord, Angel. Oh, Angel is still feeling like poo. Need to kid up Jack and Cyril. Michelle, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to say Mia's, right? Mia's Wizards. That's a good one, too. Did you get something to read yesterday, Angel? And what did he make for you? I was in Adam's live yesterday, in case you didn't know. So if you haven't watched it, you can do the replay. We had fun, talked about everything and nothing. So yeah, we talked about my event. We talked about Adam's event. He's going to have an Asia-themed event all year next year. So that is going to be fun. That will be a paint along as well. Oh, the Wizards Club. That is a good one too, Lee. So I'm ending up having to do a the poll. God, Adam fed you. Oh, that's good, Angel. I'm happy to hear that. You need to go to check out to have those glands checked out that you don't have a strep throat. Uh, the Wizards Club and Angel were wicked wizards. That's a good one too. See, what would I do without you guys? We already have 5 suggestions. That's okay, Michelle. Winter with the Wizards. Ooh, Marie, that is a good one. Winter with the Wizards. Love it. So maybe I should put in case you are not in the Facebook group. Ah, where? Oh, where? Hang on. There. And copy. Paste. That is the link for my Facebook group if you want to join in on the fun. It isn't just for my event, it's also, ooh, Wondrous Wizards. That's a good one too, Don. If you want to take part of the event, but it's also just for, diamond painting talk. I know there are so many groups by now. Is it, Don, is it supposed to say wondrous or wondrous? Because I want it to be wondrous. But let me know if I'm mistaken. And in case it's right, what is wondrous? I mean, new words is always great. I just need to make sure I know what it is. Yeah. It's spelled right. Wondrous. And I'm just going to delete it. Okay. I don't think I've seen that word before. Anywho, did you see my finished little diamond painting over here? I love looking at it. It's pretty. I love the little oranges. And the little hamster. Did you see that, Michelle, if you're still here? There's a little hamster. Uh, Enchanted Realms or Enchanted Wizards? Ooh, good ones. I like that it doesn't really have um, wizards in it. Michelle, yes, it's this January 1st to February 28th. Enchanted Realms. I'm trying both to write and talk, which apparently isn't possible today. Or Enchanted Wizards. See, what would I do without you guys? I can't write today, apparently. You saw it, Michelle? Yeah. Oh, it means inspiring a feeling of wonder or delight. Hmm. See, I would think, if I just saw it, I would say, oh, it's a misspelled wondrous. Or is that the same word and I just want an E in it? Maybe. I don't know. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 suggestions. Then the next issue is, it's the same word? Okay, so I just want an E in a word that doesn't have an E. Well, you know what? That's fine too. You think it's the same word, Leanne? That's fine. Maybe it's with an E in British English. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just in. Hi, April. How are you doing, sweetie? Maybe it's just in my brain, in the Mia's English, Danish, whatever. I want an E. Oh, I'm having tea. Yesterday, I had to have tea to calm my nerves while getting up. But it's kind of fun because this diamond painting is the second in a row that is from a small shop, which is kind of fun because I mean, I don't have that many small shop diamond paintings. I have two from Lazy River that I need to do eventually. And then there are so many small shops I want to buy from. I also want to buy from the German, uh, what's the name of that? Not Diamond Painting Deutschland. We all know I don't buy from them. Carrot Art, I think it is. You have a Christmas one from Lazy River, April? Which one? There was this with the flowers that they released the first year. I never know how to pronounce it or write it. It's these beautiful. Oh, it's the beautiful Christmas tree. There wasn't it kind of a Christmas tree, but with these flowers. It was very popular. What's the name of it? Something with a P, right? Oh, it has ribbons. Then it isn't that one. Something with a P. Uh, Pancetta. Yeah. Did I say that right? Pancetta? Pancetta? I don't know. It's one of those words where I look at it and I go, oh, I'm pretty sure I say it correctly. And then I hear somebody else say it and I'm like, wait, what? That is the joy of not having English as your first language. I get to 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 say words completely different than everybody else. It's kind of like when you're knitting and you have to have the right gauge. But because I haven't heard people say it before, I was Gauge. That is gauge, right? And I said that word to somebody and they basically looked at me and was like, what? And then I explained it to them. And, oh, you mean gauge? Apparently. Apparently. Hey, Timothy. Hi, love. You know what, Tammy? How many times do I have to tell you? It's fine. It's fine. I know you're not getting up until around now. April is sending me a picture. I'm guessing on here somewhere. Where are you sending it, April? You couldn't sleep? Oh no, sweetie, I'm so sorry. April. Yeah, I think it's the one. See, it isn't. It's this one. That one is cute too. It's a 55 by 65. That is a small one. By Mia standard, you mean, right? I mean, I was kind of joking yesterday in Adam's live that this is a small one. It's almost a snack size, and then this itty bitty little one that is a super extra snack size. You're getting up now, Tammy. You know what? That's a good idea. I mean, I was Timothy, Tammy. It's not pancetta. No, is it pancetta? Because there's way too many letters I'm not saying then. Oh, it's fine, Tammy. I have other mods. Oh, by the way, talking about mods, can you put in all the links, your own links and Lazy Rivers links and Jada Jump Shop links, and who else is here that has, channels? I kind of forget that by now sometimes. Well, I enjoy you being here, Tammy. April, that's the word, but it's not what the tree is a picture of. Oh, I know that, April. It was just the word that was like, but it reminds me a little bit of that one. Yeah. There was that Pancetta one, was that the one that came in rounds? I can't remember. The two I have is an Old Masters, and then one from Anna Draws, a it's a European artist. I'm not sure she has any pictures from her anymore. Um, but I suggested that artist to her, so I got to unbox it to make a sneak peek. And I haven't had any sneak peeks since. Even though they're funny to do, but yeah. Oh, Tammy, that's what we do here. All the links. It's kind of like in with Angel and Adam and others. We share all the links left and right, and even a little self promotion is allowed in here. I'm not that. This is about supporting each other. Ah, thank you, Tammy. I need to do more of them. The last one I did, I felt very, very out of touch with how to do unboxings. I forgot to talk about the scalloped edges. I was like, oh my God. I need to do more unboxings, which again, I have so many diamond paintings that I haven't unboxed. So, yeah. And then I still need to get all my diamond paintings down and do a stash video. And then maybe I can put them back up so I don't get, scared every time I look at them because they're slightly, I told David the other day, I'm kind of scared that one night they're going to fall down into my head and I'm going to break a leg or something because all the diamond paintings in my head. You forget something every time, Tammy. You do good too. Angel Mia, do my 7 unboxings and 2 post reviews. Pretty please. Send them over and I'll do it. I love it. I love post reviews. But it's kind of, I was looking at, what videos people are watching. And it's kind of interesting because I don't really, I do some ASMR videos where I diamond paint, those do well. And then I have the post review of A Question of Reality. That one is doing well. But some of my unboxing doesn't really get a whole lot of views, which I'm like, wait. And some of my whipping chats don't really do very well. My stash video with my pens did well. So I'm kind of like, I wonder what I should do differently. Timothy, you're brave for doing a stash video. I'm never doing that. My mom helps me and it's too much work for her. I enjoy doing post reviews, but I don't think I do very well at those. You know, as long as we do our best. I mean, I'm always sitting there. Should I say something else? What did I forget to say? And yeah. April is saying hi to Eve and Melanie. Angel, hey to all who said hi. I'm multitasking, not being rude. I know you are, Angel. You're diamond painting. I do that a lot too. I mean, just sitting there dotting away, and I was like, oh, wait, did anybody say hi? Thank you for all the links, you people. Eventually, I need to try Carrot. I wonder if they have a removed the one I was looking at. I need to finish my diamond paintings. But I think, see, yeah, you can't do anything but your best. I mean, I think I have 6 finishes this year. I think. But again, most of them are bigger diamond paintings. So, see, Lee is saying you do fine with your post reviews, Tam. Don't feel, that you have to put yourself down. Melanie, Carrot Art has so many that I like, but not affordable for Canada. When do you get free shipping? Because kind of like with Diamond Art Club, you get free shipping if you purchase from some certain amounts. I haven't been in there a while, really. Again, with the I know how many I have, but yeah. But I feel kind of like, I see that people put up, oh, and my year in review, here is my 25 finishes. And I'm over here like, wait, what? But then I see what people show. And a lot of them are these smaller canvases that I would call snack size. And I'm like, if I were doing those, I'd be finishing a whole lot more. Uh, Melanie, no pink lines for me, thank you. Are you talking about the pink lines from Diamond Art Club with the new cover? I think it's only an issue if you do rounds, right? And then I saw what's her name? Canada. The diamond stitcher. Elisa. Elisa, she did the mica one, mica powder. She's put in the VIP group. I was like, a few days ago. So again, with the how many posts can we make in one day about the pink lines? It's kind of like when everybody got those little toolboxes. I was sitting there, how many posts can we make in one day regarding the cobalt little toolboxes? And I was sitting over here. Can't we just make one post, and everybody can show off their toolboxes instead of there being 40 in one day? Because I was almost like, you know what? I'm not going to look in that Facebook group for a while because that is driving me bonkers. But that is just me. And now everybody's like, am I the only one not liking the new pens? Or what happened to my cover minders? I would much rather have my cover minders back. And I'm like, so can't we just be happy? Melanie, I'm sorry, but any company that has a manufacturing defect, they honor and they make it right. Anyway, sorry, I will keep my thoughts to myself. Haven't they changed it already? I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I haven't really followed it that closely. I also know that they have given they offer you can send it back, um, or you can get some points or something. And I saw this one person who sent it back and got 1,500 points. I'm not sure. Right. full refund or credit. I mean, even if I got one with the pink lines in it, it wouldn't be an issue for me because they're squares. But if I knew I would get points out of it, I would absolutely, I would tell them. Yeah, I know, Melanie. The thing is, if you live outside of the U.S., you have to send it for, you have to pay it yourself. And I'm like, you know what? That isn't really fair because if you live in the U.S., you get a shipping slip, which isn't really fair. Yeah, I know it's more expensive to ship them over here, or but it's even more expensive for me to ship it back over. Um, Eve, now I have to go check the kits I got, especially if they're round, Eve. I think that is the biggest issue. If you have round kits and they have the pink lines, if it's a square, you won't see it. But yeah, and though they said that thought they said that the refund is shipping overseas. They did. I haven't seen it. I know that someone said that they did a post, but I haven't seen it. April, I don't agree with having to pay for the shipping back to them myself. I didn't get any pink lines yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check mine too. I mean, sure. I have, I don't know, I've gotten two, but I'm two recently that I haven't unboxed yet. But I'm not sure if they have, the pink lines on the plastic, and I'm not even sure if they have the cards. I mean, it's gonna take me a while to get those treasuring cards so that I can use them for anything. I would love to do some sort of custom canvas at some point with the cards, the treasuring cards, but it's going to take me a year or so to get enough. But that would be what I would be saving up to. That would be a custom. Then I just have to figure out, which one I would do. And also, I want to know, do they find the perfect size, or do you have to tell them, I want it in this size? That would be something, like, because how would I know what size to get a painting in? And they are also 100% computer rendered. They don't do any touch ups or anything. That is to be remembered as well. Not that I mind computer rendered. I mean, this one, I'm pretty sure that Jade does some touch up, but most of it is computer rendered, which my intestines are talking to me. Sometimes I'm like, wait, what am my body trying to tell me right now? I mean, it can't be that it's hungry because I just ate. So that can't be it. I wonder if anybody has put up pictures from today that we can look at. Um, did we put up any pictures? Um, Yay, we have pictures. Hang on. Okay, let's see. This is some of the kits today. I mean, every table was full, and they had so much fun. doing all the pumpkins and whatnot. And then here we have a table full of pumpkins, and we just put them out there, and then the kids could, choose themselves. I mean, some of them choose small ones and other ones the big ones, and yeah, that's kind of fun, that they get to choose the size themselves. Dawn has sent a picture. So let's stop this one. Oh, look at that, Dawn. You've come a long way. This is Dawn's diamond painting. I love the colors. Pretty, pretty. Yay, Leanne has finally finished the dang AB color blocking. Time to get back to finishing up the packing. Okay, Leanne. Oh, that AB color blocking. I wonder if I'm gonna have fairy dust color blocking. I think I will. Yeah, I will probably. Trying to see what's the um yeah. Oh, earlier today. You too, Leanne. Let's talk later, right? Um Earlier today when I started the diamond painting, I was like, wait, where is that T that I see on, on the canvas? And I was looking at all the symbols on the uh, in my containers until I finally realized that wasn't a T, that was an umbrella. And I was like, how stupid can one person be? Yeah. Don't forget to hit that like button. It helps a lot. So, I mean, right now we're 17 in here and 12 have liked. So please, please hit that like button. It helps my channel and it makes me happy. Hang on, what's going on here? So, yeah. Oh, Leanne left the building. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see that new one. April. I type Leanne, but spell check keeps changing it. I've started, to keep an eye on it so that I can switch it back because my phone does the same and it drives me bonkers. But I actually think that she writes it Leanne with a lowercase a herself. Even though if you're friends with her on Facebook, she has it in two words and with a big A. So I was totally confused the first time she was like, "Oh, it's one word." I was like, "No, it's not." Hi, Berta. Where do you talk with Berta? 1, 2, 3, 4. And why isn't she here? Yeah, tell Berta hi. It's been a while since she's been in here. Oh, people are leaving me. I'm boring. It's okay. I'm trying to finish this one up for Rosa because she's been talking about it for forever now. Um, Ever since she saw that baby dress. Very good questions. Well, I usually do have good questions. My yarn is not behaving right now. She has been here just uh, Okay, just AFK, have her in my ear. I want to have you people in my ear as well. I'm kind of jealous that you all are talking with each other and texting each other. And I'm like, hey, I want to text and talk with you people. I mean, I know we have Zoom and we have Discord and whatnot, but it's not really the same, is it? I want to, call somebody and say, good morning, how are you doing? Do you need to be silent for a minute so you can count? No, no, no. I looked back at my Whipping chat the other day and I noticed that every now and then I was silent so that I could count, or I was counting out aloud, and I was like, okay, hopefully people don't hate me. But yeah, I mean, it gave the real impression on how knitting is. Now, April, I just need to remember to push my row counter thingy when I get to a new row. Otherwise, it's kind of, you know, waste of time to have it if I'm not using it. It's because I have to increase every 12 row. Eve, I have a question. Do you do any knitting with lace way yarn? That's what I usually do. I use, what is that in the American sizing? I prefer using a 3 millimeter needle. What is that in yours? Is that a zero? I don't know. I hate knitting with chunky yarn. I hate it. Um, and this is a size 4.5, and I can't go much higher than a 5, and my hands is trying to kill me. April, you use a pen and paper? Yeah, even that is an issue for me because I forget it. And I love these electronic ones, these row counters. Um, and this one even has a LED light in it, so it's usable when it's dark. Even though who would sit in the dark and knit? I mean, I wouldn't be able to see my stitches. But yeah, mostly Eve, you can see over here, most of that is it has 28 stitches, 27, 28 stitches per 10 centimeters or 4 inches. Melanie, my ADHD and knitting do not go together. I know that some with ADHD actually use it to keep their minds at ease. April, pain in the butt, but I never tried to gadgets. You know, these I got off of eBay back then just because, they were less than $1. And I was like, oh, Eve, next time I get into my yarn stash, I'm going to check. I think I may have some nice lace yarn. Ah, thank you, Eve. That is so sweet of you. Yeah, I prefer thinner yarns. I mean, this is 2 strands of cotton wool, the 4/8 cotton wool. And I mean, it's really just because Rosa wanted this specific pattern that I'm knitting with these little fat needles because they're really not good for my hands. Which is funny because other people that have arthritis in their hands and fingers are like, I need these chunky needles because I can't work with the thin ones, and I'm over here completely opposite. Uh, it's getting cold in Oregon. Well, you need to. Do you use these fingerless mittens? I need to make some for myself. See, the thing is, I rarely get to knit anything for me. I knit to kids, to everybody else, and I don't. I did knit a bunch of these fingerless mittens, um, but I either sold them or gave them away. And people were like, "Oh, you just need to wear some of those that you've knitted." And I was like, you know what? I don't have any. I don't have anybody. I mean, uh, Melanie, no, constantly having to count and brain wondering, nope, tried and couldn't do a square. Was a zigzag. I mean, in the beginning, everything is a. The first thing I knitted was this kind of, it could be a scarf or you could pull it up over your head and it was a scarf and a hat. And that one had varying number of stitches. It has a little hole in it because, I was doing a yarn over. It was hideous, but I learned how to, keep a steady number of stitches. Eve, I was a yarn rep and still have some samples. I remember you telling that you were a yarn rep. It would be so dangerous if I was ever a yarn rep. I remember how it went when I was a Tupperware consultant. I have so much Tupperware. It's crazy. I mean, and I even sold some of it. And I'm still like, anybody need Tupperware? It's very cheap. April, wow, Eve, so nice. It's nice to give it a good home, though. Yeah, it's so nice, April. I'm very grateful. April, oh, yeah, that's right, Eve. You shared that story with us. And I said it would be a dream job. It would be a dream job, Eve, and April. But it would also be very dangerous. I mean, yeah. April, I don't use fingerless gloves. Not when I type or anything. Just grease my hands off. Okay. Freeze. Okay. But a lot of people are like, hi, Berta. So did you know that Templish doesn't believe in the change? Hot flashes. Oh, dear. Hi, Berta. How are you doing? How is the puppies doing? Yeah. Ugh, so we will have the time. When are you having your time changed this year? Because I'm guessing, as usual, they're real. Okay. Because if I remember correctly, we don't change our times at the same time, which then makes it interesting with my lives. So that means I have to, count again, and I usually get it wrong. I did last year. I was like, oh, so for you, it's going to be an hour later for 14 days, but it turned out it was an hour. I gave up. I used my phone and I went in. Okay, let's try this again. But the issue is always a Sunday. Timothy, I don't believe it. It's rude and not necessary. And Berta has a big mouth. She has. But what was it you said? Oh yeah, she told me yesterday that she was unsafe. And I told Berta that she was the safest unsafe person I knew. Dawn, hi Berta, I get terrible hot flashes. See, you changed yours November 3rd. We change next week on the 27th. So it's only a week this time, right? Because if I remember correctly, last year were 2 weeks. Wait, what? But oh, now she says I'm rude after she told me to go ahead and put it in. Wait, what? Did you talk behind the live? I'm confused. Daylight savings in Canada, March 10 to November 3rd. When did we have our time change this year? Hang on. Let's let's see. Uh, we had March 31st this year. Timothy, I'm not going through the change. I refuse. If you don't believe in it, it won't happen. It's called determination. But if you don't believe in it, it won't happen. Templish again. Yes, I really believe that. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. How are you doing? Templish. Well, um, did they do it already talking about? Over here, you can decide in each country if you want the time change, but the problem is nobody's doing it because then they're afraid that they're the only ones doing it and it would be a problem between the countries. And I'm like, can we just, make an agreement and say that from, I don't know, 2026, there is no more time change? That would be so much easier. Tammy, better knows are right. April, isn't that called denial? Sometimes denial is good, April. Melanie, my mom says she had zero symptoms during her change. It's very different, Melanie. Some people have all the symptoms and others have zero. I'm planning on being in the latter, but it's the law. I'm not rude. Okay, better. Uh, Eve, menopause was the second best thing that ever happened to me in my life. Okay, Eve. I mean, the best thing that happened to me is David. The second best thing would have to be when I had my hysterectomy. That was amazing. I mean, my life has been so much easier since then. Betty says, Hi, April. Timothy, it's a stupid law of nature and I'm not doing it. It's the only law you're allowed to break. Well, sure. I mean, you just need to remember that your time frame is different than everybody else's, and you need to do a lot of calculating, and my brain will break if I have to do that. I have issues enough as it is. Don, I'm 60 and I'm still getting hot flashes. Oh no. You can get some homeopathic medicine, can't you? Homeopathic. Did I say that right? I think I did. Eve, lost all interest in men. What a relief. Yeah, well, I I kind of hope I don't. I mean, I have a man in there I don't want to lose interest in. Melanie, pretty sure I've broken more than nature laws. Yeah, homeopath. Words. Homeopathics. Yeah. Words, they're hard, and my brain can't brain. Melanie, I didn't need menopause for that loss of interest. Well, I mean, as long as I keep my interest for one, it's okay. The rest of them I don't really need any interest in. Some of them I've already lost interest in, but we know that story, right? Do you see that tangling? It's because I used two threads, two strands. That is one of the reasons why I hate knitting with two strands. They tangle, and I do not like that. Yesterday, when I had cast on all my all not yesterday, the other day, when I had cast on all my stitches, I felt like I spent half an hour on untangling. Eve, I actually lost all interest in wanting a romantic relationship at all. I mean, if if it's what you need and like and whatever, then it's fine. But I would be kind of sad. But I think the difference is the life you're leading. I think I don't know. I don't know when it'll happen to me. I mean, I'm 45, so eventually it'll hit me. I'm pretty sure. But they did leave in my egg producers the not the fallopian tubes, the what are they called? Tammy, I don't believe in romance either. It totally sucks. Hey, I'm not in agreement. Being single is what works for me. I have my BFF roomie Kathy. I know. Ovaries. Thank you, Don. I was like, you have the uterus, you have the fallopian tube, and then you have the eggy thingy. Ovaries. Thank you. Yeah, those they left behind. I was like, okay, they can stay. They Hey Artemis. Yeah, did you get an answer to your question? April, if the perfect man appears in my life, I take it. I'm 60 and have been single for 12 years since my hubby died, and I'm fine all by myself. You know, you have had your man in. Sure, if somebody shows up, fine, but I'm pretty sure if I would ever be a widow, I'm pretty sure I'll be the one to go first. But in case, and knock on wood and everything, I'm pretty sure that I'd be content by myself as well. I'm not sure I want to do all that work. I mean, it wasn't a work because I don't know. It wasn't a work because we were so good friends already. I mean, if you haven't heard the story of David and I, go back to the live on September 15th. That was our wedding anniversary, and I told the story of how we ended up being together. So it's kind of cute, and it still gives me butterflies. Like 21 years later. Isn't it crazy? 21 years. Sometimes I'm like, wait, am I counting correctly? I am. I'm getting old, but it's fine. It's fine. How long were you married, April? I mean, when I'm 60, hang on, now we need to math. That'll be in 15 years, right? So 15, then would have been married for 32 years. Timothy is perfectly fine by herself. I mean, Michelle, James, and I will hit 19 years and never got married. I always have to do the math. Problem is, I can't do math. But then another funny thing is, I'm perfectly fine doing math for my knitting. That one is easy. But to do any other kind of math, my brain can't. It's for some reason it just doesn't work. 21 years. You've been alone so long. I'm sorry, April. You should have had so much longer. 21. That's as long as David and I have been together. That's scary. And next year I've known David for 25 years. That is more than half my life. I'm just going to tell you, more than half my life. 25 years I've known him in the year that I turned 46. It's crazy. I mean, yeah. But it's a good crazy. But it keeps surprising me every time. Every time I do the math, I'm like, no, I am not that old. There has to be a mistake somewhere. But then, I look at my birth certificate in my head and be like, oh, I mean, the 80s, 1980 is 44 years ago, in 45 in a second. And you said the same about the 40s back in 1980. And I was like, nope. Then we have the whole denial of how old you are thingy. I mean, especially, I know I'm 45. I know that, but I'm pretty sure my brain isn't 45. That somewhere it just stopped evolving because it was like, okay, I'm done. I don't need to grow up. So I'm not really sure how old my brain really is. It shows signs that it's getting older, but maturity, it stopped somewhere, maybe in the middle, maybe a little before that, which is also why I have that weird sense of humor and I'm so sarcastic and wicked and yeah. It's kind of sad that I sometimes have to do these spoiler alert, spoiler warnings. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth because and you can't trust whatever comes out of my mind because it might just be a joke or yeah, which is hard sometimes when you have people, for instances, in my life that doesn't know me very well. I feel like I have to say, um, I'm just gonna remind you because I'm afraid I'm going to chase people away if they think that everything that pops out of my mouth is what I really mean. I'm like, do I have to? I don't know. Melanie, we all have a friend you can't put on speakerphone. I'm that friend. Me too. Me too. And also, if people want to have a word in a conversation with me, they have to mute me or something. Dawn loves Artemis's name. Me too. It's a beautiful name. Who was it? There is it the Greek goddess Artemis? Artemis is the goddess of. See, now I have to Google. Artemis. Oh, she is the hunt, wood, and animals goddess. She's the daughter of Zeus and Leto and takes care of birth, virginity, and fertility. She is the twin sister of Apollon. She is um, good, forgiving, ruthless, and um, what's that word in English? Exactly. I just read over it. So, is it your real name or is it a nickname? You better get used to it. We have like a gazillion questions in here because I am curious, or as Anthony said, I am nosy. Eve, right now I just discovered the Artemis in the Goddess of Pink lines. Oh no. And she's around. Contact Diamond Art Club. Then figure out if you can live with it or if you want to ship it back. The issue is if it's the discontinued one, because then you need to talk to yourself about if you love it that much that you can live with it and use the makeup method. Uh, Artemis is from gaming and what I would have named my kid if I had another girl. Ah, I mean, I have my reborn baby over here. I'm not gonna show her because some people don't like it and say they look like dead babies. But her name is Penelope, and that would have been the name of my daughter if I had gotten one, Penelope. I also love the name Anastasia. It looks like three with the lines here. One more to check. Are they all rounds? Yeah. Oh no. Right? I love that name, Penelope and Anastasia. And Anastasia is from the Russian princess. It's not from the well, I know the cartoon is from that story, right? Anywho, it isn't the cartoon thingy that I found the name. I got it from history lessons. Yes, I know I'm a weirdo. Michelle wants to know if Eve could do the mica to fix it. I know that Elisa just put up a video on it, and that you can buy a set of a gazillion colors on Amazon for almost no money if you live over there in North America. If you're over here, it is a few colors for a gazillion dollars. Uh, April, I love the name Alexis. I had a boy and I didn't name him Alex. Could you imagine having, I mean, in these days and times, could you imagine having a daughter called Alexis and then you had an Alexis? And then, sorry, every time you had to call your daughter and ask her to do something, Alexa would, oh, that's Alexa. I mean, couldn't Alexa make a mistake for Alexis? Huh. Artemis, my daughter's name is Aurora. Ooh, that is a beautiful name. And a princess too, isn't it? Aurora, that is the princess with the long hair. Rapunzel, her name is Aurora. Eyeshadow will work too, right? Because that's basically mica powder. Oh, right, it's the Sleeping Beauty that's Aurora. There's too many princesses. Talking about princesses, I want the Disney agreement with Diamond Art Club to give us some princesses, preferably the cartoon ones. That would be a dream of mine. No, April, the Rapunzel isn't the one. That's I can't remember her name. What is the name of the Rapunzel? Her name is. I just saw it with Rosa. Um, I can't remember. I just saw it. Well, just a few weeks ago. Right now, the interest is in the Little Mermaid, and it's one of the follow-up movies. It's apparently number three, where you see their mom and how she dies and everything that happens after. I don't know why that is the favorite because I find it a little morbid, but Rosa loves it. So we are watching that. What is the name of Rapunzel? See, now we have to Google again. Rapunzel. Her name is name. Come on, come on. Mm, is it just Rapunzel? Huh. I wanted her to have a different name. Oh, did you know that in the movie Tangled, she is given a voice by Mandy Moore? I didn't know that. Yeah, I just found out, Michelle. I don't know why I would have her have another name, but I did not know that she was voiced by Mandy Moore. Maybe it's because we've seen it in Danish. I can't wait for Rosa to be old enough so that we can watch them in English. And I was like, I'm usually sitting over here going like, can we just watch them in English? You'll learn English from it, love. I don't wanna. Artemis, kids like interesting things. The way the mind works is amazing. I think it's just like Rapunzel. Yes, I really like Mandy Moore's music back in the day. Me too. And I love her in This Is Us. I really love her in that one. Which I need to watch it later. Hang on. Look at all that tangle. I need to untangle. I have untanglement to do here. Whoop. I mean, this is crazy. Yeah. Usually I wouldn't knit that long without untangling it every now and then, but yeah. It's the same with Rosa and Frozen. I was like, oh, I'm not sure that, she's old enough for Frozen because of the death scene, because she loves the Do You Want to Build a Snowman song. So we've been watching that on YouTube, but it's in that scene that we see the parents' boat go under. And I was like, is that too dark for you? But then again, and like you said, their minds doesn't work like that. But then I'm over here, like, I remember as a child watching The Lion King and how Mufasa's death ruined it, ruined my little innocent child's heart. And the same when Dumbo's mom is locked away. I mean, do we just function differently than kids today? Because apparently the things that broke my little heart isn't what's breaking children's hearts today. So I'm like, was I very sensitive, or is kids today just not very sensitive? Oh, yes. I saw somebody um, who had this plastic horse or something that lost the legs. So people used it for Halloween decorations. Okay. So they kind of made this mud area and then put that horse without the legs and then a skeleton with clothes on that dragged it. And I was like, I'm sorry, this is too early. You can't just um give people nightmares again. It hasn't been enough time. Yeah. Yes, that is a trauma that every kid, young adult remembers. Yeah. I cried like a baby. I loved that movie because it had my favorite actor in it when I was young. And if anybody can guess which actor that was, Let me tell you this much: he's not alive anymore. The 80s were raw, absolutely. They were not for kids. Atreyu? No, no. He was, yeah, the 80s were not for kids. But then again, I mean, the 80s were the time of the Generation X, you know? So things weren't nice and neat and uh, cozy. It just wasn't. Any other guesses? Who was my favorite actor from Neverending Story? I just like Neverending Story. Nope. No, no. It's a person in the movie, and he was a uh, what did they call those teen throb or whatever, and he died way too early. And if you know his name, you get a golden star. Not just the name in the movie, but his name. Come on. I loved Falco, by the way. It's a mix of a dog and a dragon. David Cassidy? No. Let me know when you give up. Oh, April, I saw the movie and I read the book. I was never a fan of the second movie because they changed out some of the actors. And I'm like, you can't do that. You can't just change the actors. That ought to be illegal. It's the same when you listen to audiobooks and they change out the person that reads them. I'm like, I'm sorry, but in which world do you think that is okay? I'm guessing Bastion. Right. But please don't tell me that guy died. Yeah, Jonathan Brandis, he died very young. Very, very young. Um, Hang on, let's Google. My young heart broke when I read it. Jonathan Brandis. Yeah. He is born in 1976 and died in 2003. So, yeah. He committed suicide, I think. Um, Close. Yeah, he was 27. And you don't know why he committed suicide, but yeah. Right, he was in It. Then he was in Sequest DSV. I loved that TV show. And he was in Blossom. But 27, that is basically a child. Yeah. 2003. I mean, that's the year I started being with David. That is sad, sad, sad. Did any of you see the Star Quest? I loved it. Hang on, how can you be in a movie that released 2 years after? he died. Uh, I'm trying. Oh, he was in Aladdin as well. He was the voice of Mosenrath, and Saved by the Bell in college. Crossroads TV show. Oh, he was only in Blossom in one episode. I'm sorry. uh, Alana, I just watched a show on all the actors and musicians that died at the age of 27. It seems to be a bewitching age, right? I think Heath Ledger died at 27. Um, there were a bunch of them, and I remember there were two or three, that I Janis Joplin. Wasn't it something the singer with the funny hair? Oh God, what was her name? Uh, what was her name? I always confused her with Katy Perry. Gosh darn it, what was her name? No, no, not Gilda Radner. She had this big black hair, and it was always tall. Um, Amy Winehouse. I think she was just 27 as well. I think she was. I don't know. I can't remember. She wasn't really my style, Amy Winehouse, but nevertheless, it's sad when people die this young. I mean, yeah, 27 or just younger, I mean, people dying, yeah. Oh, it is, Artemis. You're right. Fame is hard on people. And especially if you have, some mental issues. I mean, if they'd if some of these young people who died had seen a psychiatrist or something, I'm pretty sure that some of them would have been, diagnosed with something, and if they'd gotten the right care, maybe medication, whatnot, it would have been better. I think. I don't know. But don't they say that if everybody talked to a psychiatrist or not, we would all get diagnosed with something? And meanwhile, I'm over here being like, I have enough diagnosis. I don't need any more. Our brains aren't designed for fame. I think you're right, Don. I think you're right. Optimist, yeah. And with all the crazy stuff that keeps coming to light about how things were behind the scenes, yeah. I mean, have you read or listened to Will Wheaton's book, Still Just a Geek? I mean, his life and the way his parents treated him, being gaslighted and used and whatnot. Gilda Radner died of ovarian cancer. That's just as horrible. I mean, yeah, that's too early. I had an acquaintance that died way too young. I think she was 25 or something when she died from her two small children. So sad. She had ovarian cancer that spread, so she lost her legs, and then it spread to her bones, and then eventually to her brain. And the thing is, when it spreads to the brain, you end up demented, with dementia, and they had to when she had her kids, they had to be there with them, to make sure that they were okay, which is so sad. And they couldn't be there very long, otherwise they would find out how bad she really was. So sad. Because they were so young, the kids, they couldn't understand, what was wrong with their mom. Yeah. There should be a law against dying when you have young kids. Just saying. Kind of like the Amy Winehouse, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain. Yeah, yeah. And then the One Direction singer, Payne, whatever. They found medication in his room as well. How old was he? 31, I think. I read somewhere. I had no idea. They put a picture up. I saw a picture on Facebook, and I was like, who? But then again, I was never really listening to One Direction. So, I mean, how would I know? Yeah, 31. Yeah, like psychiatry would have done, likely psychiatry would have done nothing for them. Yeah, I mean, addiction is a hard one, but maybe, and this is just a maybe, I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist or a doctor or anything, but maybe some of that addiction was self medicating. I mean, I know that, for instance, if you have ADHD and stuff like that, a lot of them are self medicating. And that can it can end in self addiction and stuff like that. Sure, yes, but you also need to figure out if there's an underlying reason. I know you know everything about addiction and treatment. I know that. Um, but I remember when I was in school to be a social worker, we had in our class we had former, well, recovered addicts out, and some of them told us that what they had struggled with was autism or ADHD, ADD, and instead of getting the medication that they needed, they stopped it because they were fine. And because they weren't fine, they ended up drinking or doing drugs or whatever. Michelle, hey me, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go. I need to make dinner and I will see you next weekend. Okay, Michelle, enjoy your dinner and maybe we should consider me getting off. Unless, I mean, if you want to stay, we can stay. But take care, Michelle. Have a great week and I'll see you next Sunday. But yeah, I mean, I'm not in a big rush because Angel isn't live today. So it's really up to you guys. If you're done listening to me rambling on about everything and nothing, let's see. Right, exactly, Artemis. You need to get them before rather than later. Eve, yes, many, if not most people with substance use issues have mental health conditions. In the US, 94% of women with addiction have a history of trauma. Yeah, that's kind of sad. April, of course we do, Eve. I didn't know that's the statistic though, but I'm one of them. Artemis, are usually late because we have bedtime routines during your lives, but you fell asleep earlier today. Oh, I'm happy you're here, Artemis. I really am. Even though working and lurking is just as fine, I do that a lot myself. Sometimes I even forget to say hi. I'm just sitting there listening, and then when it's done, I was like, oh, did I even say hi? That happens because I'm basically just sitting there dotting away and listening. Eve, the best care is integrated treatment for both substance and mental health, but it's hard to come by. It is. And at least over here, the big problem is that uh, the places where you can be treated for addiction won't have you if you have mental health issues. But the places where you can get help with mental health issues won't have you if you have substance abuse. And I'm like, you know what? That's, yeah. Artemis, I never say hi because then I want to chat. Yeah, yeah. I usually say hi, working and looking. But then sometimes, if I've said hi and I've been working and lurking, then I end up chit chatting instead of actually working. Artemis, same here in Sweden with mixed treatment, and in the US, insurance is a huge whammy. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what I like in Sweden, Artemis? They should do that here, even though it's kind of controversial. But in Sweden, I'm not sure if it's still like that. But over here, if a woman is addicted and gets pregnant, they can't really do anything until the baby is born because it's the mom's body. So they can, take care of the baby once it's born. But in Sweden, um, if you get pregnant and have a substance abuse, you will be admitted against your will, by the way, and get treated for that substance abuse because they're taking care of the baby. The baby is more important than the mom. And I love that. I wish we could do that here. Then we wouldn't have the babies born with fetal alcohol, whatever the name is, or being born with what's the name of it? I have the Danish word in my head. Um, what's the no, not syndrome. No, no, no. When the mom has taken drugs during her pregnancy, the babies are born with withdrawal symptoms. Oh my God. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, fetal alcohol symptoms disorder. That's the alcohol one. Yeah, addiction. My brain went blank here for a second. Eve, that all has to do with funding. If you're well off or have a great private insurance, there is quality care. Yeah. Have you ever seen those little babies that are born drug addicted? Yeah. I mean, they should show that to every woman that is pregnant, that is using. They should take them to the hospital and show them a baby that is born addicted. You're all trying to help me. I know, April. And I'm like, the word, trying to explain. And the thing is, I usually have it in other languages in my head, but that doesn't help, does it? And then when I'm speaking in Danish, I keep forgetting a word there, and then I have it in English, and I'm like, oh, my brain. And the issue is sometimes my brain functions better in English than in Danish because I speak so much. Now you were helpful. We just needed to agree on what it was that I meant. Oh, Lordy Lord. It's because I'm all over the place. So sorry. Do you still have that in Sweden, Artemis? I think you have, right? Eve, in the 70s, I worked in newborn ICU and I saw those baby withdrawing. I have never gotten the sound of their cries out of my head. I was addicted myself at that time. Yeah, multilingual problems. You're right, Melanie. Yeah, I mean, those little babies, the cries and the shaking, and it's horrible. Which is why I love what they do in Sweden because they make sure that the mom's addiction is stopped, so that you don't have that. Who was it that said they had? Uh, who said that they have pink lines on the Spangler? Hang on. Oh no, the new Spangler has pink lines. Shoot, Eve, what are you going to do about your pink lines? Asks April. Artemis, I have no idea. I only deal with socials if they are involved with the student. Oh, okay. April says April. Huh? I'm confused. There's Yano all over the place here. I can't wait for Rosa to get a little older. I mean, it has started. She's asking what she wants, right? But when she gets a little older, she can come in here and look at the yarn. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I mean, even now she was like she wanted pink, but she's not quite old enough to come in here yet. So I showed her pictures. If they put the moms on methadone or Suboxone now and say the babies aren't addicted, that is total BS. They still have to detox. They should give them naltrexone because that eliminates all morphine in their body, but that doesn't help, by the way, if it isn't morphine. I do naltrexone, I don't know. LDN is what I'm getting. And if, for instance, I need to have a surgery, I need to stop my medication. I can't remember if it's a week or less before because it's just eliminating all effect of anything morphine, which would be bad, when you're getting a surgery that your medication for pain doesn't work. So that is a good thing. But then we have some doctors over here, at least, that won't, give you the medicine because apparently it's addictive. And I was over here sitting, so you do know that it has nothing to do with anything that you could get addicted to. It's basically used against addiction, kind of like methadone, like you said, Eve, is used against it. But I got it for pain, which people found hilariously funny, and I found it funny. The doctor didn't find it funny that I find it funny, but anywho, um, yeah, medicine. And then there's the whole thing about being addicted versus being. Oh God, now we have the word again that is missing. You can be addicted to something, but you can be dependent. Artemis, that is horribly sad. I was a candy striper, and the stuff I saw in the ICU was life changing. Oh, absolutely. Um, my sister's oldest is born 6 weeks premature, um, but she was, I mean, she was lucky. Uh, she got out pretty fast. But I have a friend, her daughter was half a pound when she was born, maybe a little more than half a pound. She was born in week 25, I think. Back then, that was, that's when they could save them. Had she been born just a few days earlier, they wouldn't have been able to save her. But oh my God, that little bird. I mean, they look like little birds, some of them, which I don't mean that in a bad way. Uh, Nowadays, the ICU babies and extreme premium preemies seem to be doing very well, having great outcomes. Did not used to be like that. Right. Right. Yeah, today they can save them down to 20 or something. Melanie, doctors don't help at times. After my car accident, I refused opiates. My doc said, it's okay, you don't have an addictive personality. Right? That's what Naomi said that her doctor said as well. And how would they know? How do they know if you have an addictive personality? I don't get that. Right? I mean, Naomi at, gosh darn it, wasn't it miscellaneous something? Her doctor told her as well that she didn't have an addictive personality, even though she did have an addictive personality. And I was like, how do they know that? I mean, what kind of game is that to tell a person, oh, you don't have that, so here you go, you get some strong medication. I mean, yes, for some it is like that. I mean, I remember when I got methadone, my doctor, the pain doctor, was like, you need to be very observant. If you ever feel like you need more just because, you need to come back here. And I never did. I took the same dosage for 10 years and I never felt like it, you know, I needed more. Melanie, my dog, obviously has seen my diamond painting stats. Joking aside, I haven't. I told my dog my line of work, not a mine thing. No, thank you. Right? I mean, I joked about the other day, some of these people being coming out of addiction, and they still have that addictive personality. Now they just have a huge stash of diamond painting. It's just a different addiction. So probably I do have some addiction because I have a huge yarn stash, and I have a buttload of knitting pattern books. I have 50 something diamond paintings, which could be worse. But my yarn stash, yeah, and my knitting book stash, that would be that would be something a, a doctor would have to see. For me, it's the same addiction, just a new obsession, right? I mean, addiction is addiction. Some is just more healthy than others. I mean, let's say yarn and diamond painting is an addiction. I mean, it doesn't, well, it can, but in the most cases, it can't hurt you. You know, it doesn't hurt your health. But for some people, the issue is that they buy them without having the means to buy them. And that is a problem. Or if they feel like they have to hide either that they bought them or how much they cost, then that is an issue as well. I mean, my diamond painting is in the bedroom on top of our dresser. So David gets to see them. He knows they're there. So I mean, I don't hide it, and I don't know. I don't tell him what each of them cost, but he can at any time go into Diamond Art Club's webpage and look at them. Melanie, my ADHD, I tend to hyperfocus, so it's good this hobby has stuck around with me. Right. So true. And that's with diamond painting and me, that helps my stress. The same with knitting, by the way. And it helps me um, forget the pain that I'm in all the time, you know? And probably some mental whatever I'm running around with as well. I mean, I my childhood was very traumatic, so I am probably running around with something as well. There is a study somewhere that says if you have had a traumatic childhood, your personality can, get traits from either ADHD, OCD, autism, some of those mental health issues without you, and this is maybe you do have them, but you have traits from these mental health issues, and you might wouldn't have had them if it wasn't for those trauma for that trauma you had. Artemis is definitely more calming than a lot of my other hobbies. Which other hobbies do you have, Artemis? April, we do the best we can to survive and eventually thrive. Exactly, April. Artemis, I read that as well, that trauma can present as neuroatypical. Right. I mean, I know that I have OCD traits. I know that for a fact. I have things that has to be a certain way. Otherwise, my brain, make ticks on its own. I mean, my dishwasher has to be like, everything has to be in its place. My clothes has to be folded a certain way. It is, I have T-shirts that is darker colors, blues and blacks. They are here. Then I have my T-shirts with some sort of print on it. They're in that line, and then I have my red, pink, purple ones in that line. Artemis too many painting, drawing, crochet, sewing, and all of them rather poorly. You should just choose a few and then practice, and then you can go back to. I also have my adult coloring books, but I can't tell you the last time I did it. Maybe I should do that more. But then again, I need to knit. I mean, look at all of that, and there is more over there. I need to clean out my room in here and then show you my itty bitty craft room. That would be fun, wouldn't it? I mean, it would be a 5-second video, but like, look, here's my yarn, look, here's my book, and oh, this is where I diamond paint. Then I can film like 2 seconds. Look, there's my diamond paintings. Done. Oh, and here is where I film most of my unboxings and my post reviews. Yeah, those as well. It's good enough for me. I'm free spirited and part of the Jack's Club. That would be a cool video. What Jack's Club? Melanie, every time someone says adult coloring books, I always think it's something X rated. Was disappointed when I opened one and it was Mandala. You know, you can actually get X rated coloring books. Just saying. And you can get that is one that I want eventually. You can get coloring books with swear words in it and sayings that is quite adult. And those I want eventually. Mine is some of them are even children's painting books because it's just you know to get my mind off. Mostly the children's coloring books I have is actually bought for kids, and then they never really did them, so I drew them. Mandala. I love mandala, by the way. Then I have some Disney princesses coloring books, but those are not really for children because they're teensy tiny. Uh, Artemis, it's from the graveyard books. It's people who are jack of all trades, masters of. Oh, okay, okay. I don't think I've read those or listened to them. I am way behind on listening to audiobooks because I do now watch Chicago Fire, and that takes all my time. You too, Lee. Have a great day and a great week, and give my mom a hug from me and yourself, by the way. Tell Lenore to hug you, and you to hug Lenore. There are so many things that I wish I could. I would want to sew, but then again, I'm a little afraid if I learned it, that would be a new addiction. Bye, Lee. Artemis, it's Neil Gaiman, but he's on the planet's poo poo list right now. Oh, he is? See, I don't really follow along in the news and whatnot. So every time people say something is bad, for instance, did you know how long it took me to find out that P. Diddy did something wrong, apparently? I mean, I know he did, but I was like, wait, what? Just because I don't follow. I mean, I'm over here diamond painting and knitting, watching TV shows and YouTube. So every bad thing is basically not on my mind. Uh, Artemis, most of us ADHDers are. Yeah, yes. All over the place and no place at all. Yep. I'm mostly a procrastinator. That is not good. Well, in here at least. It's kind of funny. Don has to go. Okay. Well, maybe it's about time that I ended this because now it's been almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. Artemis PDD has not been right for a long time. Okay. See, how would I know? I haven't listened to his music since the 90s or something. Melanie, I don't procrastinate. I have side quests. I have rabbit holes, and I'm very good at them. I'm just telling you, rabbit holes. I need to heat my tea. It got cold. I've been talking too much. Can I talk too much in my own lives? I don't know. See you next week, Don. Take care. Have a great week. Can I talk too much in my own lives? Michelle, I had rabbit caverns. Man, foxholes. Artemis, you're good. Okay, thank you. Bye, Don. Love you. Mm, I think sometimes people, if they don't know, but they go like, "Okay, woman, you talk too much, too fast," and I don't get a word of it. I'm like, okay. One, I can't really change the speed that I'm talking. Well, I can, but then I feel like I don't really get anything out there. So if I'm trying to slow down, I'll just frustrate myself, because sometimes people are like, "Can you maybe slow down a little?" And I'm like, "I can, but I won't," because then my brain gets too far ahead of my mouth, and that's an issue because then I start talking in the middle of my next subject, and you don't get an ending to what I was talking about, and you don't get the beginning of what I'm talking about now, and that's an issue because eventually my mouth tries to catch up, and it just gets the, oh, this is where we're at now, and it just jump in the middle of something, and even I get like, huh. It's a problem. I'm telling you. It's an issue when your brain is sometimes a little too fast for your own good. Thank you, Melanie. That's some people don't follow. Even in Danish, people are like the same. You talk so fast, and I sit over here, but you do speak Danish, right? I mean, you're Danish like me. So how is it an issue that I talk fast? I mean, I don't mumble in either language. I don't think I do anyway. Um, I try to articulate my words so that um oh, happy got a soda. I don't know. I assume people say something if they have an issue, and if not, everything is handy dandy. Melanie, my poor son last weekend, me and his wife, both ADHD in the same room. Oh no. Artemis, I've been called motor mouth since I was a kid, so like I said, you're good. April, that's why I love you, Mia. I also talk a lot and fast. Yeah, I mean, why change who you are, right? And I mean, like-minded tend to find like-minded. Even though some people say that opposite attracts, but I don't think that is true in here. I'm pretty sure if they're opposite me, I'll scare them away in like 5 seconds. Yeah, but I think I am gonna run away now. One, I have to visit the office, and two, I need to heat my tea, and three, I am going to work on that little square down there to hopefully finish it. I didn't get a picture of me not working on it, even though how would I ever get a picture of a 180? Anywho, procrastinating. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you'll be back next week for another few hours of madness. So yeah, have a great week. Don't forget to watch my videos. There will be a slime video. And yes, it has been fun, Artemis. Thank you for being here. So I hope you do get a chance of not lurking. Otherwise, usually I'm here for a while. So once your daughter is asleep, you just jump in. Yeah, April, you'll meet too, Artemis. You're fun. Bye, everybody. Take care. See you next week. And my screen is jumping over. Bye, everybody. Love you. Take care. Bye.